Hi everyone, I'm Brenna, this is Abby, and today we're going to answer a viewer question about how do I go shopping or into stores when I live in a van and have a dog. So this is for all good, we're going to answer your question today. So there are three main things you need to think about when you're going to go into a store or shopping centre and leave your dog in the van. So the first one is, how is your dog going to behave when you leave them alone? The second thing is, are people going to notice your dog and report you for having left them in the van or the car? And the third and most important thing is, what is the weather like on that day? Now, just a disclaimer, I am in Australia, so this is all Australia based, and the states I've been in is Western Australia, South Australia and Tasmania at this point. So that's all that I can give you my recommendations on. I'm very lucky now. Abby's 9 years old, and so she's very well behaved when I leave her in the van. But some of the recommendations I have if your dog isn't well behaved is to practice doing just small trips and get them used to being in the van on their own. Another thing I've seen people do is, if their dog or puppy is crate trained, when they build their van, they design it with an area for the crate to go, and that way when you have to go and leave the dog in the van, they can go into their crate, which is their safe space, and everything is good. In regards to the weather, I always start checking a couple of days before I need to go shopping to see if I can find a day that is going to be cooler, and also slightly overcast is much better than sunny to leave them in the van. So one of the other options I have is to maybe go shopping early in the morning or later in the evening, and where it's generally a bit cooler. And if it's too hot, I just don't go. And there are other options that you have. So I shop online as much as possible, and either do click and collect, or I get them to send it to a post office and then I can go pick it up. So with your groceries, you can order them online and then select direct to boot, and you can sit in your car in your air conditioning and they will bring your groceries right out to the car for you. Another sneaky trick I have is, if I'm going into a really big store like Bunnings and I haven't been there before, you can look it up online before you go and it will tell you which aisle you need to go to. So on the day when I actually go shopping, I always make sure I take Abby for a walk before we get to the shopping centre. This gives her a chance to do her business and also makes her nice and tired, so while I'm in the shops, she will be snoozing in the front seat. In order to stop people reporting that my dog is in the car, I try and make sure that they don't see her. So I will always park at the very end of the parking lot where there'll be less traffic. And luckily this one had a sunshade as well, which was a bonus. I always put the sunshade across the front windscreen as well, so that people can't see in. And I always make sure I wind the windows down a little bit so that Abby has a little bit of fresh air. I always try and be as quick as I can when Abby's out in the van, especially if it's a slightly warmer day, and it doesn't hurt to come back with a treat. I always offer Abby water when I come back to the van, but she very rarely drinks it. And we finish our shopping trip the same way we started, with a nice long walk at the park. Good girl. So traveling with your dog can be challenging, but the love that you get just makes it all worth it. So that's how I go shopping when I have a dog and leaving Abby in the van. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other questions you'd like to know about anything to do with my life, just leave a question in the comments and I'll try and get back to you, either reply in the comments or I'll make a video about it. So look guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day and happy holidays to everybody. Bye.